We are currently in the conference semifinals, and the Knicks are up 2-0 against the Celtics, winning both of those games on the road in Boston. Now, the one thing I've been hearing the most is that Jayson Tatum is to blame for all this. Now, for most of the people that's watching this that's not a part of the channel, this is primarily a 2K channel. So what I'm going to do is talk about how Jayson Tatum is as a player and how he is on the game when using him in play now mode. But first, I got to show you exactly what I've been hearing after that blown lead in game 2 in Boston. I follow this guy named 𝐒𝐿, aka Legend of Winning. He explains that Jayson Tatum is not really as good as people say he is. He don't deserve to be in these conversations with some of the people at the likes of a Giannis or a Jokic. I'm going to show you exactly what he says. You get to judge on whether you agree or disagree with him, but let's just get into it.
Let me initiate this before we get any further. Stop putting that in convos he don't belong in. Stop. I don't want to hear it no more. Stop. No one's disrespecting that. He just not good enough.
Oh, I've never seen this man this tight. Like he's way too upset about whatever this is. This is crazy.
When Steve Kerr told that to go sit down, it's because he wasn't making his shots, my. He went a whole offs, not making. Went into the fucking Olympics, still not making. Steve Kerr put that man in the lineup, he would have been a traitor, man. Y'all would have been complaining about why he playing him. It's not disrespect. He just knows his role, and he needs to stay there. It's okay if he's top 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's okay, my. But what I know for a fact, he not in the stratosphere with Jokic, Giannis, 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷, Luka when that nigga healthy. He ain't in those convos.
Now, a part of me does agree with him in the sense of like right now, if everybody was healthy, would Tatum be in the top 5? If you're looking at it from a Tatum playing at his best and everybody's playing at their best, you can make the argument that Tatum is a top 5 player. But right now, it doesn't really look like that. But he's kind of making an argument that he always been out of that top 5 mix and that he's annoyed with people just kind of bringing him up in those conversations. Now, like I said, this is primarily a 2K channel, so let me give you my thoughts on how he is on the game exactly. And then I'll give you guys a judge on whether he's a top 5 player in the NBA or he's a top 5 player to use on NBA 2K. Now, when playing NBA 2K, I use Jayson Tatum pretty much as the primary ball handler on the Celtics when using them on Play Now. I don't play my team and I don't play any other game mode like my gym or anything right now. So it's primarily just been Play Now. And when I play with Tatum, I don't really have a lot of problems with him. The only thing with him, he is 6'9". So when you're dealing with somebody who is tall, he's more prone to getting plucked by like a little bit of smaller defender. So I would say when I do play with him, it is kind of tough to work the pick and roll like I could with a lot of guards. Just because Jayson Tatum is not really the one to left, right, and I can't really do a whole lot of dribble moves. So my go-to is to really just do escape dribbles. Now, when doing escape dribbles with Jayson Tatum is good because he covers a lot of ground and he has limitless, which is a big plus. Another thing I would say about playing with Jayson Tatum that is actually pretty good is he's able to rim run. Like when I'm in a pick and roll with like Porzingis, I can send Porzingis on a pop. Same thing with Al Horford. Same thing with Luke Kornet. You can hit threes with Luke Kornet if you're good enough. But I wouldn't suggest it. You might be able to get one because people don't know. But with all that being said, in the screen and roll, if I get to the rack with Jayson Tatum, I can get posterizers, I can get meter dunks to trigger in, and I can finish with strong handles and physical finisher because Jayson Tatum is good enough to get those for you. Now, the one gripe I have with Jayson Tatum is because I don't really like playing with the Celtics. I play with the Celtics to kind of match up with some other teams based off what I'm seeing in the player I'm playing. Like if I play somebody who has like the Thunder and they seem to be like a decent player, I'll get the Celtics to match up defensively. And I just know I'll get open enough eventually just to get enough shots to win, to do most of the time. But Celtics aren't a team I typically like to play with just because their lack of having a true point guard that can really work in offense. And I would love to have Tatum be more of like a guy to hit in blender situations, a guy to hit when in a mismatch. If he has a big on him, I can just do a snatch back or just go right by and get a dunk. But when most times I play anybody, Jayson Tatum has the primary defender, the other team's best defender on him. And I just want to work out with my point guard. And I can't really do that with Jrue Holiday. So I'm forced to run the offense with Jayson Tatum. When we talk about top 5s in terms of players to use on the play now game mode, I wouldn't put Jayson Tatum in my top 5. If I put him in a tier amongst like those small forward, power forward kind of run the offense, point forward type of guys. I will put him in like the A to Y tier, like the N, a yeah, like it depends on the situation. There's a few other guys at that position I would rather have, guys like LeBron. Actually, I play better with a guy like Michael Porter Jr. I play with Michael Porter Jr. just the same way as I play with Jayson Tatum because their shot Q is really high. They can shoot over defenders. And with Michael Porter Jr., the best defender's not on him. So they got their second or third guy on him. So I'm able to get open easier. Oh, with Jayson Tatum, it's just a little bit tough because he commands a lot of attention. And there's no other player you can really work the offense with. But there is some benefit to using him. Jaylen Brown's shot is just too slow to shoot with. Jrue Holiday can't really go downhill and go get a driving layup or a driving dunk like that. So he's mainly like a spot-up guy on offense. But Jayson Tatum, you can, depending on who's guarding him, if he has a good defender on him, you will struggle. So it's mainly going to be facilitating for others and just drawing attention. But if he has somebody like a mismatch, you can take advantage of it. And in real life, I think James just got to step it up. You just got to step it up a little bit. Like he's down 2-0, going into the Garden, going into the Madison Square Garden here in New York tomorrow. I'm shooting this on Friday. So Saturday, if you're watching this on Saturday, they're going into Game 3 in the Madison Square Garden, where it's probably one of the toughest places to play, but also the most exciting. So who knows? The Celtics also is a really good road team. The losses they experienced were mainly at home, I want to say. I think they're a better road team than they are at home. So if they get a lead, if it's another 20-point game, I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be like, oh, man, I got to watch now. So 20 points don't mean anything in this playoffs. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think Jayson Tatum is a top 5 player to use on the game? Do you think he's a top 5 player in the NBA? Let me know your comments below. Also, I would love to hear any other topics in the NBA you'd like me to cover and be able to translate that to NBA 2K. If I can at least try, So if you have anything that you want to bring up to me, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Till next time, love y'all. Remember that.